that's one final farewell from your 80s kind of guy to his favorite actor. I know I just made a video last week, I believe, that really covered a lot of celebrity deaths, a nice big handful of them over the last 30 years. And even in that video, I didn't include everybody that I wanted, but that video ended with Robin Williams, of course. I was inspired to make that video after Mr. Williams' passing, because 2014 kind of seems like 2009 all over again, where the Grim Reaper is just taking absolutely no prisoners when it comes to celebrities. And so I wanted to make that video, and being that I'm the 80s kind of guy, I wanted to put it to an 80s song. But when it came to Robin Williams, that song that you just heard, Tell Me a Lie, which wasn't made in the 80s, that was really kind of expresses my thoughts on the whole situation word for word. So, I just wanted to do kind of one last salute now that he's been laid to rest and his ashes have been spread in the San Francisco Bay. And it really has seemed like I've known him all my life. I mean, I didn't even know who the Ultimate Warrior was until several years into my life. And, that reminds me, when I did my tribute to him, because whereas I had only shown Robin Williams in one of my videos while he was alive one time, I actually showed Warrior several times, including my very first video. And I showed every single appearance that he made in this show, or so I thought, put to his theme music in WWF, WWE, when I paid tribute to him. But more recently, I discovered that I did forget one clip that was shown in an 80s Kind of Guy episode. And I really hope Warrior can forgive me for missing that clip. You can forgive me, right? Well, fine then. Be a jerk. No, Warrior's not a jerk. That's literally the clip I forgot. A clip which you saw also featured another one of the late celebrities that I showed in my last video, Sensational Sherry. And speaking of my last video, I mentioned on Facebook how it was supposed to be about Ninja Turtles until I found out about Robin Williams' death. The weekend before, I went to see the new Ninja Turtles movie with my wife and a friend of ours, and I was going to post this big review, all this Ninja Turtle stuff, but then I found out what happened to Robin Williams, and so, long story short, I liked it. Didn't suck. It was a lot better than I thought it'd be. When I found out Michael Bay was directing it, I thought it was going to be a little too Michael Bay-ish. But, overall, I enjoyed it. I especially enjoyed the experience. It was really almost like going to a Star Wars movie. The lines were very long. The theater was more packed than I've seen it in a long time. In fact, the three of us almost didn't get to sit together. We had to sit in the very, very front row so that we were, watching the movie like this, having to do some neck exercises after the movie. And not only were a lot of people dressed in Ninja Turtle clothing, I myself was wearing my Ninja Turtle boxers, but there was a lot of people, pretty much in costume. Like you go to a Star Wars movie and you got people with the, girls wearing the Princess Leia buns and people dressed up like Luke and everything. People had at this movie, they had, the different colored bandanas over their eyes that the Ninja Turtles have. So it was an enjoyable experience. And, And I was also going to show everyone some new toys that I bought the same day we went and saw the Ninja Turtles movie. And just in time, because one of my best friends, Brenda Bears, also sent me some stuff very similar to the stuff I bought. Let me show you. So in a previous video, I chronicled my slight obsession with these new pop vinyl figures. We got Pennywise. I mean, technically he's from the 90s, but again, need I remind you, it started out as a book in 1986. Stripe from Gremlins and Skeletor. Well, I found a new pop figure. Look at this. The 30-year anniversary of Ghostbusters. I already have a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but my God, I had to get this one. Look how big this is in comparison. This is a very unique pop figure. Oh my Lord, look at that. Hell yeah, that is beautiful. And it was kind of bothering me at first. I was like, why is he so happy and smiley right here? But then here he looks all pissed off. Well, if you look closely, this is a charred Stay Puft Marshmallow Man after he got roasted by the Ghostbusters. And I fucking love this. Now what I also bought that same day, this I Love the Dark Side button, and I don't know if you can see that very well. The heart is actually the Death Star from Return of the Jedi. Yeah, not the original one, because right here you see how it's incomplete. And then Brenda sent me these. A Freddy fucking Cougar action figure, and one from back in the day, because you see he's missing some of his knives. And she also sent me some buttons. You know, your 80s kind of guy loves him some Reagan. That's Ronald Reagan's signature right there in a pin. And of course we have this button, also featuring Ronald Reagan and conservatism in general. She who we do not speak of. I'm sorry. I know I got some of my liberal friends watching this. I just showed them Sarah Palin's face, and now they're all like, yeah, I know. Sarah Palin is a caca-poopy face. You know, I remember Ronald Reagan defeated a challenger who had a female vice presidential candidate, the first one in history. And do you remember when the Republicans were talking shit about her for the next 6 years? Yeah, neither do I. Thank you, Brenda Bears. But back to my last video. You'll notice that the list of celebrities no longer with us. The list ended with Robin Williams. You'll notice that it began in 1984 with Andy Kaufman. I posted that video on August 16th, 30 years and 3 months to the day after he allegedly faked his death. But I don't know if it's all this time that's passed or losing Robin Williams, a combination of the two, maybe more, I don't know. But another reason why I made that video was because I've pretty much accepted the fact now that I'm no longer waiting for Andy Kaufman to jump out and say, gotcha. As much as I would love that, as much as I would love so many of them to jump out and do that, now and only now I've officially accepted the fact that he's gone. So now that Andy Kaufman can no longer play jokes on us, I was hoping that all of you would join me in watching a little something that I showed you in a previous video. His World Intergender Champion Wrestling DVD. Pay a little homage to him with me, if you will. The fuck? What? That does say Andy Kaufman, World Intergender Wrestling Champion. That's the right DVD. This isn't a sticker, and I can't scratch anything off. What the Come on.
Ha ha, very funny, motherfucker.